Alrighty, today we're going to be talking about updating who to pick up with your Redstone here over on the Dokkan side of things. I don't know why I said that. I was going to say global, but this could apply to JP as well. We got 3 Redstones. I chose them in the last video. This is the second version that I'm doing of this, and my computer was being dumb, so I don't know where that recording went. But we just have to do it again, you know, such is life. So, who should you guys pick up with this? First and foremost, we have a few interesting options at the top, but I would recommend that you do not pick these up, as I think the super easy A characters are just too valuable to pass up on. So, Gogeta and Vegito, they are cool. They have nice animations and stuff like that, but I don't think they are worth it. You're not going to be able to get enough value out of them compared to some of these insanely good super easy A's. So, I'd recommend that you skip these Gogeta and Vegito characters. Coming down to the Angel, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Majin Vegeta characters, it's going to be the same case where they can look impressive with their easy A's, but there's more of a likelihood that they would show up on a banner than some of these super easy A characters. So you do have to keep that in mind. I think they can look impressive, but I would highly recommend that you stay away from them. I guess what we could do is just start this with like who we should get. All right, let's do that, right? Who should you get? When we come down here, we are going to be looking at the first option. This is the character I recommend the absolute most, and that is going to be our boy Int Buhan. This guy is insane. I don't know what they were thinking with his super easy A. He is just dumb cracked, right? He's got everything going for him. Rainbow warp changing, healing, attack, defense, guaranteed crits, guaranteed additional supers, damage reduction with orbs obtained, right? This guy is just dumb. I would highly recommend that this is the first guy that you should pick up with the super easy A or with the Redstone. This is not an investment. This is a character you can put on the battlefield right now, and he is going to perform for you. So highly recommend Buhan. This would be my first choice for the Redstone. Let's move on to some of the other options, and those are going to include characters like Super Vegito. I think Super Vegito is fine, but however, you are going to sometimes run into an issue where you don't have enough like just defensively, he's not going to be able to hold it down against some of these big supers, but this is a character that can easily work around that with normals and stuff like that. And then he also does have access to the scouter effect, aka where he can see where the enemy super is. So as long as there's not like locking and stuff like that, or if you fused into Vegito or you have something like that active with the scouter, you are going to be able to sort of hide this guy and make sure that he does not take any damage from the from super attacks or anything like that, because you can just put him where the normals are. Looking at the next character I'd recommend, this is going to be Beerus. I think defensively, this guy holds it down on teams that are very good. The Int Broly-led team as well as the Tech Broly-led team. Both of these guys are both those teams are still very good. The Par 3 fights might put them to the test a bit. It seems like you're going to need the fusions to get through those based on what I can tell so far, at least if you're going for a no-item run and stuff like that. But the Movie Bosses and the Uncontrollable Power team and the Planetary Destruction team, this Beerus is going to be fitting in on 2 of those. I don't believe he's on Uncontrollable Power, but he is on Planetary Destruction and Movie Bosses, so fits under the Int Broly lead and fits under the Tech Broly lead. Overall, I think this is a quality character and not a bad pickup whatsoever. Moving along, the next guy I would loosely recommend that you pick up is going to be this STR Super Gogeta. You can see that I did pick him up because I was missing him on the global with the 2 times left on the screen right there. I think this guy does some pretty interesting stuff, especially against extreme class enemies, right? All the guaranteed additional supers, the crits that he's doing, the debuffs that he's applying, being able to lower attack, lower defense with a crit. Very valuable stuff, providing support for some of the best characters in the game like Gogeta and Vegito. This is a very sound character who you're going to be able to do a lot of good stuff with. Just not too much that you really need to worry about with this guy, and I think that is a very impressive feat. So Super Gogeta, not a bad pickup, especially if you're missing him, because it's going to be hard to pull him on banners, right? Next, moving on to who I'd recommend, Janemba. I think Janemba is going to be working out very well for you in most situations. Again, transformation boost, accelerated battle, movie bosses. I believe he's on Uncontrollable Power as well, because the physical Janemba is, if I'm not mistaken, on that team. So he's going to work out very well for you as well. This Janemba is a decent little like floater, or sometimes you can get away and run him in the risk reward slot 1 style, where it's like it's either he dodges or he might lose you the fight, but overall he's going to work out pretty well. So this guy is pretty good, especially considering what he also can do with his link set. I think being able to link up with a lot of the best characters in the game that have big bad bosses is really important. So you can't really go wrong with that, right? I think it's a very nice mechanic to have. and nothing too crazy. Really good character here. I would definitely recommend picking him up if you'd like to get a copy of him. And I believe when it comes to Super Easy A's, the last one we need to talk about here is Tech Cell. I did end up picking him up with my stone as well, just because I think that he's just a valuable investment, and not an investment, but just a really good Super Easy A. He's just very sound, fits well on a lot of the important teams right now, transformation boost, right? So if we just look at his categories, right, we go here, we can go over here. We got so like teams right now that are relevant, right? Full power, transformation boost, right? Kamehameha, but you're not really running him on that team. Worldwide Chaos is actually a pretty good team right now, believe it or not. Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, all real teams. Android/Cell Saga is not a real team right now, but Transformation Boost, that's a real team. So full power, we talked about that. So a lot of really good teams that this guy just can kind of fit into and work very well. So this is a really good pickup as well if you want to get Tech Perfect Cell. I don't think that would be a problem whatsoever. Now, this is also where things get interesting. This is kind of where we get to have some fun with this discussion. So big recommendations: Buhan, Cell, Janemba, Gogeta, Vegito. Your pick from that bunch. Beerus, I don't think you can go wrong. So that would be my highest recommendations. Just get who you'd like to get, and you should be good to go. But if you're somebody that has all those already, you could potentially be looking into an LR. Now, with these LRs, they cost 1 stone like the rest, so there are some pretty good options down here for team filler and stuff like that. Just overall, right? So one thing, there's a Super Easy LR, a Super Easy A LR in here with this Gohan. This is a pretty impressive character. Really haven't had any issues with him. Running him at least at the rainbow level. I don't know if 55% how that's going to work for you, but if you would like access to a Super Easy A LR, I think that this Gohan is not a bad choice whatsoever. I think when it comes to LRs that you could skip, Majin Vegeta, Broly, Goku and Black and Zamasu, Trunks, these guys, you don't really need to pick them up unless they are like for your collection, right? That is one thing that is important with these LRs. Like on the JP account, I actually ended up picking up a copy of this baby because like if we go up to the top, right, it's like, how do I do this quicker? It's like rainbow, 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 rainbow. You get the idea, right? So it's like, let me just go down here and pick up some of these characters that I'm missing. And in this case, it was a copy of LR Baby. So valuable LRs. I think the Broly trio still has a little bit of value, right? You get their 7 orbs. They are going to be guaranteed dodging for you. So that is pretty helpful. Super Saiyan Goku here, the Spirit Bomb absorbed. I wouldn't recommend that you pick him up, but he is an orb changer, right? This one really just kind of comes down to like characters that you could potentially be missing. This Broly right here, I actually picked up with one of these just because he is just really valuable for a lot of missions that I need, as well as like just fitting in nicely on the movie bosses team. And it's just a fun LR to run. So that is why I put him on the team. Figured it would be a good time, and that's why I picked him up. So there you guys have it. Had to do a re-recording of this one before, sucks I had to do this one twice, but that is who I'd recommend that you pick up with your Redstones. Again, just to cliff note it, Buhan, Cell, Gogeta, Vegito, Janemba, what's the other one? Why am I blanking here? It's like, let me just get to where I need to be, right? Buhan, Vegito, Beerus was the one I was missing, Gogeta, Janemba, Vegito, Cell, and then potentially any LR that you may be missing. So let me know down below who you guys are picking up, and if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one.